Yo guys, it's Pink Vitamin and I'm back after over a month now. I'm sorry. I've been busy. I do work full time and whatnot, but I've also started One Piece because of a few recommendations in real life. So I haven't been recording my reactions to it, but I I feel like maybe I can there's so many episodes, like maybe I can give like weekly updates on my One Piece adventures while maintaining my regular reactions of the next animes to come. So with that said, I started about around October 20th, around that area. I started One Piece. The music got loud for a second. All right. So I started around like October 20th, around that area, give or take a few days, and then it's just my living room anime essentially. So basically, first of all, I don't really have a plan for this video except just to give my scattered mind of what I watched by myself in One Piece to my audience. I'm sure there's some One Piece fans in there. So basically, I wanted an anime to watch in my living room while I eat and stuff and just to have on. So it was easy to watch a lot of episodes a lot faster, especially since I don't need to record, edit, and all that stuff. So I got through, I'm about at 140 right now. So I got all the way up to, if you know it, the Rainbow Mist filler arc or whatever. So I just passed Alabasta and a couple other islands after that. You know, the basically Zenny the pirate. There you go. Yep. So rewind time. All right, I'm gonna give you my thoughts, basically, kind of from not everything, but I don't even have anything written down or anything. I'm just going off my mind. So, because that's kind of the point of this video. I just kind of want to just kind of share my initial thoughts to you. So, as a first time watcher, actually, so it was a drag. I was expecting a drag for the first, I don't know how long, a few hundred episodes from what people were saying, but I still enjoyed it. You know, I got the characters, you know, it was just basically building the crew up and stuff and introducing some villains that we may or may not see later on. But I still enjoyed watching it. Usopp's Island was the hardest one with the rich girl. I did not care about that at all. The only cool thing about that was the cat pirate's ability, like his ultimate ability. The whole cat theme thing kind of ruins that a little bit too, but whole like shredded things going everywhere, like that's kind of, and he's like invisible. That was kind of cool. Buggy was he wasn't that cool, but he was likable. And Buggy's adventure, that was kind of a cute little thing going on there. But so that was, you know, and then they got Nami there, and then they went. Yeah, they got, and you know, they got he got Zoro first. I did like how the first episode he had the Marine kid, and then later on it showed the Marine kid story more, and with the Marines, and with that dude's son that was with the kid. That was a pretty cool little section there. So I feel like we might see that little kid more down the line, even older. Besides that, let's see. It's building pirates up. The Buggy is alright. Oh, and then it got real. So if you want to know when it got real for me with One Piece, it was around in the 50s, okay? Which was good, you know. 50s was pretty good. Like, even right now on 140, I'm still having, like, it's still good, but it's not the anime to die for yet for me. But it's an enjoyable anime. But this is when it got more real and I'm invested, is when freaking, first of all, the backstories of everyone was like kind of emotional already. Like Sanji's backstory of starving. We got Nami's later, and then Zoro's backstory was kind of not as bad as like, man, Sanji was like starving to death and stuff. That was awful. And then they went after her, and then that's when everything kind of intertwined. She had the tattoo of Arlong. She was a member of this crew this whole time, technically. So that was kind of, I was like, whoa, okay. It's kind of open. And then after Luffy beat them and he was wanted and everyone saw his wanted posters, that opened up the world even more. And I was like, dang. So, and everyone knew, like, saw him. So I thought that was really awesome. So stuff like that's cool to me. I'm hoping the fight scenes in general get better later on. I know it's the older animations, but even though Zoro's like, I got the tri sword thing, and then it's like frame, and everyone's dead. It's like, okay, that's badass. I don't mind it, but I'm still hoping it gets better later. Let's see. So yeah, then Arlong Park happened. So the whole Sanji thing, that was pretty cool. The machine guy and his that one dude with the, if you know, you know. I just remembered him. I wish I didn't. And then Arlong Park happened, and the Sanji thing was kind of cool. His whole like ship and stuff and backstory with that old guy, that was emotional when he left. I was like, you know, emotional guy here. By the way, I am thinking about doing reactions for my YouTube with the Netflix series. So let me know if you're interested in that, because I haven't checked that out yet. But I know I am definitely past where the Netflix is ended now, so that'll be pretty fun as well. And also hit that subscribe button while you're here. Okay, so moving on to Arlong Park. Is this music too loud? Moving on to Arlong Park, that's when it got more real for me, right after that whole Sanji thing happened too. But then it's like Nami had that whole story with the sister and the mom, and then they took over basically the whole town and just raided them, and that the whole life. And then she had to join the pirates to do that, basically to help the village out, to pay for it, to pay for the village. Eventually, that was crazy. And then Luffy was like basically telling, "You're my friend. You're our friend, Nami," from like the tower where she had worked and stuff. And like that was awesome. Like, man, I'm just like remembering this stuff. I forget, but yeah, that was really cool. What happened? And then they went into the whale's belly. No big deal. Moby Dick style. They are out of there. And then the Grand Line happened, and they're like wanted pirates. I was expecting the Grand Line to be like super crazy, but ended up being another type of crazy. It's just a bunch of islands, a lot more people with devil fruit, because they're probably getting closer to like where more devil fruit are. So yeah, just a lot more fluff going on, to say the least, as they're getting the Grand Line. And all these islands, so they got to giant, I don't know what was first, the giant island. I don't even think that was that even first? Well, they're inside the whale, and then they get everyone drunk, and then they just kill them at night. And then they basically, Baroque Works gets money from getting those pirates, looting everything they have, on top of turning in their bounty heads on top of that. So, yeah, they did that. They would have got messed up, except Zoro was like on top of it that night, let's say the least. And then they went to Little Island, Little Den, something. It was just two giants going at it for eternity, and they forgot why even they were doing it. That was a cool little thing. I enjoyed that one. And like, I infiltrated the island, number 3 did, and Sanji took the phone, which helped stall them more. The crocodile, Mr. Zero, which was like, oh shoot, one of the warlords is the secret identity to the Baroque Works guy. I was like, dang, this is getting even bigger now. This is a whole organization that's people don't even know, but they know it's freaking a warlord. Like, it's pretty crazy. And then like one of the princesses was like betraying them to get like, oh my god, to save her country. And then like we learn more about that, and she spills the beans on it, and then it becomes that whole thing. Yeah, and that's why they follow them to the giant island, because they know Mr. Zero's true identity. And then they basically get eaten almost by another big fish, but the giants blow it up, which is cool. Yeah, we don't talk about Mr. 3 made a whole cake thing going on. I don't know. But anyways. Oh, and Zoro was mad he couldn't cut things, which comes into play later. So after that, I think they probably went to... Was it the chopper? It might have been... Either way, we'll talk about that. They go up to this chopper. Not chopper. Winter Island. Winterland. Winter Island or something. And... it's always winter, surprise. And then that's where we get a look at, I forgot his name, but he was the guy that transformed into a bear or whatever. I said bear. It was like an ox warrior. So the guy that turns into ox warrior, and then, but then also like we learned about Chopper, who also transforms. So there's like, it has a name for it. I don't remember the name. Okay, but it's like it introduces that type of thing to the world, which is interesting, because the bird guy in Alabaster was also that as well. So the Winter Island, I thought I enjoyed those episodes. It was pretty cool. The whole Waffle, I didn't really enjoy Waffle, but I enjoyed them beating Waffle. Man, Winter. Okay, so what to say most about the Winter? The whole witch and the doctor, I like the whole, man, I just like them. I like the way they're written and stuff, and like the voice acted and whatnot. So I enjoyed everything like that. The whole it had a lot of emotion to it at the end, like the whole flower like blooming and stuff, and the witch getting mad at Chopper, but she actually packed the bag for him at the end. That was really sick. Man, Luffy when he was fighting Waffle, he was like on top of the. He wasn't letting that flag go. Like he had Nami's ripped jacket, and he was like, "This is what a pirate stands for." He doesn't even know what's going on. He's like, "This is someone's pirate flag. That means this means something. So you can't destroy this, no matter what." And he kept holding. Dude, that was sick. Like I just keep thinking about that, like that pose of him just holding that with Nami's ripped yellow jacket. Like I want that. I was like, I'm gonna make that my wallpaper. So I thought that was really sick. And then they got Chopper. I don't think of anything else memorable that happened. Oh, bunnies. There's a bunch of bunnies and avalanches. Yep, don't forget about that. Oh, man. And then I think Usopp was trying to tell like all the villages that he'll go up the mountain himself and it'll be okay. And he's trying to lift the ox guy up the mountain by himself. This was hilarious. He's trying to lift the ox man up the mountain by himself. And he barely could. And then Zora just comes up and just lifts him up with like one hand, like no problem. Usopp was getting mad. I don't know why. I just thought of that random scene. That was hilarious. A lot of these random little moments between these characters is why I keep like wanting to watch more. It's like really enjoyable and just so freaking funny to watch. And like Luffy in general is so hilarious. The way they think about him, like they'll literally just recently like Usopp was like telling one of the Marines, like the Marines was like, "Man, we were just following orders. We didn't want to attack you." And Usopp went to the Marine and was like, "Man, you should see what I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, you see what our captain sometimes." Like he was basically like on the side of the Marine with that. Like I thought that was hilarious. Like they're all like, man, but Luffy has like he sees something, he's gonna go for it. He has like that motivation thing, which is really awesome. But he's also, just dumb too. But the way all the characters just mold together, which is great. And Nico Robin is new to me, but we'll get there. After they got Chopper, that whole Emerald Bloom thing happened. That was pretty sick. But basically after that, what happened? Yeah, they went to that island because they got sick in the first place. And they had to find a doctor. All the doctors were taken by Waffle. Okay, so basically then they had to deal with the Alabasta. So Alabaster there's a lot of desert, especially at first. There's a lot of desert. I mean, Luffy had to fight Crocodile 3 different times, and on top of that, they had to deal with the rebel army, the royal palace, and then all of them meeting at the one place, and then the ticking time bomb, finding the cannon, more crocodile fights, underground rubble blowing up as a trap, but I think it takes probably like an hour for the underground to collapse, so it's not really a trap because he could have walked. Okay, by the time the king set that trap up down there, whatever, Crocodile was gonna die with him. By the time it actually crumbled, but they just need to work on that trap better, the suicide trap. That's all. But besides that, I thought it was really cool though when they were down there. Luffy freaking. I wasn't expecting. Okay, Nico Robin was about to die, and then Luffy started just punching him right through the freaking ceiling of the ground, basically. And then the king witnessed it all, and he freaking Crocodile went flying, and everyone witnessed it. And when everyone from his party saw him in the air, everyone knew it was Luffy right away, which I thought that was awesome too. And because they saved Nico Robin, she had nowhere to go. She was supposed to die in her mind, right? So she's like, I'm just gonna follow you. So there you go. We got another devil fruit power user, which is great. So that was cool. And she betrayed Crocodile herself, which surprise. They didn't trust each other. Let's see what else. Yeah, so Alabaster, the princesses, man, that princess had some spunk to her, to say the least. But she stayed behind and for her people. And they got Nico Robin instead. They escaped the Marines that were blocking them. This freaking out of there. And then what happened? Oh yeah, the Zenny the Lone Lender pirate dude. That whole thing happened. Whatever. He went off sailing with a bunch of sheep, or goats. Sorry, goats. I thought it was cool that all of them got like a bigger wanted on their head too. Like that was after Alabaster, they killed Crocodile, or whatever, or beat him. He was at 100 million berries. Like, oh man, that was pretty sick too. Like now, Luffy's known, even to his old friends back home. Like they know he took down a warlord. No, wait, the Marines covered it up. I just remembered. They don't know. The public doesn't know Luffy did it yet, but the Marines knows he did it. But I digress. So that's kind of where I'm at with One Piece right now. They're just doing the Rainbow Mist thing. It's just, you know, they're just like rescuing kids from 50 years ago that look the same, and they got stuck themselves, and now they're getting rescued by their friends. So I'm excited for what's gonna happen after the Rainbow Mist. Yeah, if you want to hear more of these more frequent, like weekly or something of my One Piece updates, let me know. On top of my other, I'll start uploading it again. I swear. Okay, I will. Okay, other anime reaction videos, and on top of maybe the One Piece live action, I might do videos on that one. Anyways, hit that subscribe button, like, and catch you later. Peace.